That this government can raise money. And what do they do when it comes to education? When it comes to public education, load it up onto students, rip money out of universities, make it tougher for the staff to do their job. So it really is really fantastic to see you here today. This legislation has not gone through. We defeated it back in 2014 and we can do it again. And that's what's absolutely critical. And I think it's worth reminding ourselves that so many of us, I'm one of them, of the people who will be voting on this legislation. I know it's been said many times, but it needs to be repeated. We benefited from free education. And more countries around the world are doing that. And why do they do it? I think many of them do it for the good reasons, that everybody should have the opportunities to have the education. But also, from what I read about Germany, they do it because they see the benefits, the economic benefits that come from it. You know, there's huge opportunities here to really develop our education in ways that will just change people's lives. I was the first in my family to have the opportunity to go to university, appreciate it enormously. And when I listen to my friends and my kids, I hear them talking so differently from when I was at school. When I was at school, I was at that generation. It wasn't if you're going to go to university, it was what you would do at university. Whereas so many of my kids' friends, university's off the agenda for them. And it really is because of the money. It's because of what these people are doing. And imagine coming up with increasing the amount of money that you'll pay for fees. And we know once that comes in, it'll get higher and higher, and those $100,000 degrees or more become the reality. You know, being frank about the chance of Labor overturning that is minimal. One of the disappointing aspects is Labor's really strong in opposition, but too often once the bad laws are in, it's really hard to get that momentum to change. So the fees go up, and then I think it's 42,000 that they're lowering it to. I mean, that will turn so many people off. Yep. So fantastic to be here with you today. And I did just want to add the issue about money, how it could be done. Like, you shouldn't have to come at Parliament and have the protest. A decent government would be putting in place revenue measures that tax the companies. Like, remember what we did when the last time Parliament sat? We gave the companies a free handout. You know, in terms of reducing their tax from 30% to 25%. And what do we then find out? There's 100 Australian companies that have never paid, that in the last few years, have not paid any tax to the tax office. Shame. Yeah, absolutely.